guys, so I thought I would show you my homemade baby wipe solution and the wipes that I'm using for the cloth wipes that I'm using for baby wipes. I already have it. Can you get that, honey?
Yeah, I can see it.
Bottle. Yeah. So this is the pre-made. I made this a couple days ago and I just refilled it again. It lasts me about 3 days. What I have in here, and this is just an 8-ounce spray bottle. And what I do is that I spray it on the cloth wipe. And you got this?
Yep. So
this is just a regular baby washcloth. It's like I said in the other video, it's just one of those thin, small ones that I just find work really, really well for cloth wipe uses. And then I have to find a container. I actually wanted to put it in an old container from the disposable wipes, but Noah lost it. I have no idea where he put it. So right now it's in a freezer bag, and until I can get another container and do it. So what I ended up doing is once I made the solution, I used the funnel to put it into this spray bottle. It worked out really well for me.
Really blind friendly.
Extremely blind friendly. The funnel I have like a set of 3 different sizes. I'm so upset I can't find my smallest one. It would have been the perfect one for it, but I used my medium one, and it was very, very blind friendly to do that. So to start with, I have a 2-cup measuring cup, and it's what I'm going to use to pour the water. I like to use filtered water, but I don't have that right now, so I'm going to use my 2-cup, and I just have it in a regular Rubbermaid Tupperware. So what I'm going to do is pour 2 cups of water, and then I'm going to refill that and pour another 2. So you're going to end up with a total of 4 cups, at least initially. What I do is that I ended up adding a little bit of water after I make the solution. I find that it comes out a little too soaky for my taste, but you can do that however you want it. Depends on how soapy you want the solution to be. My kids have really sensitive skin, so I don't want it to have so much lather to it. So once I have my 4 cups of water, and for you guys that can see, and this will be pretty descriptive for any moms who cannot, or even dads, who cannot see.
I'm not wiping a bowl with a cloth wipey. I'm sorry.
You never know.
I support you all the way, wife, but
So I have my Tupperware at the very edge of my sink, so that when I pour any liquid, if anything should spill, it will fall in the sink and not make any bigger mess for me to have to clean up. And as you guys will notice, as I do anything with pouring with liquid, I will do it over the sink for that same reason. And that's just generally when I measure, or when I'm just cooking even, I will always do anything liquid over the sink for that reason. I don't want to have a bigger mess. Anyway, so then I take my olive oil. Look at how huge it is. It's in this huge, I don't know.
it's in a Coca-Cola bottle, because we get it straight from Palestine. And my parents, well, my family, we have olive trees back home in Palestine. So whenever my dad goes once a year home, in October, him and my mom, and they go and they get the olives from the trees and they make olive oil and stuff like that. And we get it shipped over here because it's a lot easier to do that. And we get free, really extremely virgin olive oil. And as you can see, it is dark as hell.
It is pure, very, very pure.
And that's why it's in a Coke bottle.
Yes, it is a lot of it. If I was to have to actually buy this, it would be very expensive. But again, these ingredients are because they're what I always have on hand. And so I use olive oil. I use 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And again, I'm going to pour it over the sink because I don't want to have to clean up oil from my counters or anything. I don't know if you guys can get a clear shot of what I'm doing, but when I do pour, I usually will do it very slowly.
It's going to come over your shoulder.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see it.
And I keep my finger over the spoon, and I just see it spilled a little bit, which is okay because it's over my sink, and I will...
Very close to you, so be careful.
No, I'm not actually going to walk. I'm just moving.
Okay, no, I moved back a little bit.
Right over my container, and I will dump it out. And I'm going to do that again because, again, there's 2 tablespoons of this olive oil. And I find that if I use if I pour in the olive oil first, it's easier to get out the soap, the baby the baby wash, which is the last ingredient for this very, very basic recipe. I saw this on someone else's channel, and I'm awful because I can't remember her name or the name of the channel, and that's just really, really, really bad.
Thanks, whoever came up with the recipe. You're awesome.
You're awesome, but I can't remember who you are, so if I finally find the video, I will mention it in my next one. I'm just rinsing my spoon. So the difference is that I actually add more water because I just find that it just is too soapy for me. So now I'm gonna pour the 2 tablespoons of baby wash. I happen to use this Aveeno Daily Moisture Baby Wash. It's not the head to toe one. It's just a Daily Moisture. It's the one that we use on our kids because Johnson's is just too perfumed, and this one works really well for their skin. They have sensitive skin, and it's unscented, and it works really, really well. I kind of poured squeezed a little too much, but it turned out that not too much. So there's 2 tablespoons. I kind of just took off the rest. There's 1. And I will get another one out and pour that in. Give it a second to come down. There it is. Okay. And now that's in. And I'm going to rinse my hands because I got soap on them. See, when you're blind and you are dealing with things like this, you end up getting a little bit messy, so you always want to make sure your hands are clean. At least for me, that's just how it works. Maybe if I was using a little bit more of the conventional ways where you do really specific kind of measuring and all that stuff, I probably wouldn't have gotten soap on my hands, but I don't really have time to be so particular with details on making sure it's perfect. So anyway, once I have all these ingredients in, I do have a whisk, or I did anyway. Again, my kids like to come and play pretend with my dishes and stuff, so my whisk is probably buried somewhere in their toys, which means I'm going to have to buy a new one.
Great.
Yeah. So you mix it in and you stir it until it's very well blended. You can use any brand of baby wash. Like I said, we just used Aveeno because it's what we have on hand. It's what I use on a regular basis with my kids. I'm going to stir this up until it's very, very well blended, which should be about now. This one actually didn't come out so soapy, so I don't have to add the extra water. That's why I will start off with the 4 cups, and if I see that I put maybe a little bit too much soap, or it just is having too many suds for my taste, then I will slowly add in the water. I don't know how much water at that point. It's just slowly and I will stir as I pour so that I can get a feel for what the solution is like. And there you have it. It's all stirred in, and this is the final product. It's a really good amount of solution. This will last, I don't know, I probably get 3 to 4 uses out of this from an 8-ounce spray bottle. And I will just keep it in this container, cover it, and store it. And that's it. It's very simple, very easy, and there's only 2 ingredients in this one. I will be coming up with other recipes and trying out other things, and then I will put them up as I do, but for now this is a really basic one, and for beginners like myself, I found that it was really, really, I guess, user-friendly. They're just really easy to come up with. I will also be using this to make my own disposable wipes, and for that I'm going to buy a sort of high-quality roll of paper towels and end up putting them in a container and then pouring the solution over those and using homemade disposable wipes for when I'm on the go. When I actually get to doing that, I will probably quickly just show you how I do it as well. Not the actual making of the solution, because I will probably just use this same recipe and then just show you the process of pouring it over the disposable wipes. But anyways, yeah, this is it. So I hope you guys found it useful, and thanks for watching. See you guys later.